Hi, welcome to Collector Creations. In this video we're talking about it's not going to be five because people like lists, 5 movies that need physical media releases. It's not going to be 5. Also, it's not just going to be movies. I got 2 TV shows in here because I felt like it. So, let's just start with the number 1 pick. It isn't the number 1 pick. This is in no order. Barbarian. It's the obvious choice. People have been wanting Barbarian on physical media since it came out. I mean, hell, as someone in Australia who could not watch it until it came to Disney Plus. I think there was really late night screenings in Australia, like once every couple of days at like 9 p.m. But I have a day job, so I can't go out and watch a movie at that time of night and then expect to not be able to wake up for work the next day. Stupid. Anyway, stop airing horror movies at 9 p.m. Get fucked. Do it at 11 a.m. I'm happy with that because then I don't have to be scared at nighttime. Anyway, I mean, that was a film I had to pirate the first time I watched it, and then the second time when I watched it was on Disney Plus with friends, and that was great because they had never experienced it before, and we were like watching on a group chat. It was very fun. But it needs a physical release because I don't want to have to pay for streaming to watch a movie. Stupid. That does not apply to the next option, but will apply to another one. The next one I've got is Xanadu. Now, Xanadu does have, it's a very strange choice, I know. It does have a Blu-ray release. It does have a DVD release. I don't think I have either currently, but the previous existing Blu-ray release doesn't have much of a promise to it in terms of the best video quality. I want it to be on 4K. Realistically, Kino Lorber could do a good 4K, or Arrow Video. They're not going to, but if they had the balls, they would do it. It's probably because of licensing or the music they can't do it. I feel like it's enough of a cult classic that they would be able to do a stunning 4K restoration. Like, think fucking Barbarella, just get some beautiful new artwork and then some original artwork because we all love original artwork here. And, slap that into a hard case set with a 80-page booklet. Maybe the soundtrack, if they can get it. They can't. They never will. It's okay. That would be amazing because it's a film that is not great but also is amazing. I saw it on the Criterion channel earlier this year. It was part of their Razzies section, which is a great section that they had at the time. And it was one of those, wow, this is the best movie I've ever seen. And then people start talking and you're like, this is awful. Why are you talking? This should be a silent movie, but then it's a musical. So also, oh shit, very contradictory. Maybe they just shouldn't talk and just keep doing the songs and the dance numbers because they're great. It needs a 4K because it would look stunning. And I mean, maybe a Dolby Atmos mix if we're going to be honest. But I think just a 5.1 should be fine. But it needs a good revamped, version on physical. I don't want to have to fork out for a $20 to $30 Blu-ray only to then find out that it's coming out in 4K. But maybe I could apply that to the curse of buying Blu-rays and just do that, and then maybe they will announce a 4K. You know how that works? You buy a Blu-ray of a film because you want it, and then lo and behold, a 4K gets announced or a brand new special edition gets announced. I might have to cave. Anyway. Next one we have is another streaming movie. It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2022. This was the Netflix version, and I know a lot of people also didn't like this movie, but you know what? I don't think it matters. We should have films come out on physical whether people like them or not. I mean, how many... I'm trying to think of a bad movie they got on physical. Minions? I don't know. Anyway, I actually like this film. I watched it earlier this year for Hooptober, and I actually was really surprised by how much I enjoyed it. I didn't care much for the last 10 minutes of the movie, per se, because I don't need all the callbacks, but I liked its style, how visceral it was, how brutal it was. I don't know, it had something going for it that I really appreciated, and I'm like, man, this would be great on physical. Give this, it feels like a film that should have been shot on 35mm to begin with, but it needs a good 4K release, because it's a very gnarly film. Give it that with a Dolby Atmos mix to really hammer home how great the sound effects are, especially for the chainsaw sequences. It's not hard. I know Netflix doesn't do that, and it didn't perform well enough as a film on Netflix because, again, critical reception was in the nene, and I assume they probably didn't get a lot of watches from it because, I don't know, is it too niche to get a good horror film these days? I don't know. But either way, given it was meant to have a sequel and never did, and it's 2024 right now, I don't expect it to have a follow-up. But it needs a physical release, because fuck streaming. Simple. Then one that, again, already has a Blu-ray release but needs something better, Challenges. I know. I'm going to keep talking about this until we get something better, because oh my god. Sure, the Blu-ray still looks great and it has like a Dolby Atmos mix, which is great. But I don't even know if it's Dolby Atmos. I'm pretty sure it's a 7.1. We need this on 4K, for one thing, which I'm not always a big clamorer for, like, we need a film on 4K, why isn't it on 4K instead of Blu-ray? I only want it to be on 4K so we can go the, like, Evil Dead Rise route of just putting special features on it. I want a release of special features. I don't really actually give a shit if it has a 4K or not, but it should. But it needs a fucking special features version. Like, for the love of God. I don't understand, like I said with Evil Dead Rise, the original release of that was like 4K Blu-ray, no special features, but then they had a Steelbook release that came with special features 6 months after the original release, and that was only in the US. Hi, I'm in Australia. We didn't get that here. I don't have the special features. Fuck. And also it's an out-of-print Steelbook, because of course it is. But yeah, needs a new release. Do better, Warner Brothers. I hate it. Come on. Like, if you could do bones and all with special features, why not this? How hard would it be? It could have been amazing. It could have been my favorite release of the year from a studio. It wouldn't have been, but it could have been. Yeah, I think it probably could have been, but it would never have been, let's be honest. I mean, all the boutique Blu-rays obviously have the much better releases to begin with. Next up, we have Bottoms. This just doesn't have a release at all. And I was like, oh, okay, because a friend of mine recently logged it on Letterboxd. I'm thinking, shit, I haven't seen that since it came out in cinemas. And I realized, shit, it doesn't have a physical media release at all. It doesn't even have a DVD. I don't think it does. I looked it up. I'm pretty sure it didn't have anything. And that sucks, because like, it was really well regarded and has a great cast. It's got a great writer-director behind it, the lady who did Shiver Baby, which was a fantastic film. And it's like, why did this not get a physical release? I'm pretty sure it was like an Amazon film or something, so that's even worse, because it means I'm not going to ever watch it again, because unless I happen to subscribe to Prime again, which won't happen anytime soon, it means I won't watch Bottoms again, and that sucks. I paid $1 to see it at the cinema. I'd like to pay an extra $30 to get a goddamn physical release. Obviously Australian dollars in this case. I just had enough points on my Hoist Rewards things to pay $1 for it, which I found really amusing at the time. But yeah, sucks. I would love to rewatch that film. I would love to watch it with a crowd, actually, because I feel like it would have been better with a crowd that laughed at it, I should say. Because I did watch it with a couple of people, and they just didn't... There was like no noise from any of the audience members. I'm like, why? It's a comedy. Fucking laugh. Anyway... It needs a physical release, for the love of God. Anyway, then another film that... I don't think many of these films get physical releases, at least not outside of their original country, and this is RRR. Triple R. I don't know how to pronounce it so many other times, but just that one. You know what it is. If you don't know what it is, it's on Netflix. It is amazing. I saw it in cinema. It was a packed theater. It was a fucking riot. It's since gone on Netflix, which I've watched like the first half, but I haven't watched the second half because I was watching it with friends, and my friend had to go to bed and they hadn't seen it yet, so we're like, we'll finish the next half tomorrow. It's been a year and a half, or something like that. But it needs a physical release because it's such a beautiful film. It would be one that my dad would constantly have on if I had a physical release of it. I know we have Netflix and whatever, and he could have it on constantly, but there's so much shit on Netflix, you kind of forget because it gets buried in the catacombs of crap. Also, it would need, like, both dubs. There's, like, the Hindi one, and there's I think it's Telugu dub. I'd like the original dub. The one that actually matches the lips of the actors, because the one that we saw, I'm pretty sure, was not the original version. I think Netflix has the original version, but they have a lot of Indian horror, a lot of Indian films where they have different dubs to them, so I at least appreciate that, but yeah, come on, give us a physical release, it's such a good film. And then we got 2 TV shows. A Series of Unfortunate Events, another one that was put onto Netflix, which was filmed in 4K, so it deserves a 4K release. I love the book series, I love the original film, and I like the TV show. Weirdly don't love it because I never loved it, but it was just always a casting choice thing. I was never always sold on some of the actors, but it does bring the books to life in such a beautiful, authentic way. And I really like that about it. There are still elements, like some of the fourth wall breaking stuff, that I'm not completely huge on. But I still really like the show. I haven't watched it since, because I watched it as it aired on Netflix, and I just haven't watched it since because I haven't gotten around to it. But it's like, having that in the collection would be great. I could put it next to my Blu-ray for the movie. I could have my box set of all the books next to it, which I'm not going to do because they're in my room, not in here. Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck, Netflix? I hate you so much, Netflix. It's not hard. And last but not least, we have Scavengers Rain, because it was a HBO, I think HBO exclusive. I don't know. I saw it on Binge in Australia. We don't have the HBO Max in Australia. And it was amazing. And it got cancelled recently, so it only has one season, which sucks. And a physical release would be beautiful for it, because it's such a beautifully animated show, and I would gladly rewatch it. But now I can't, because unless I'm subscribed to Binge, again, the streaming service shit, which I'm not doing because I'm not currently subscribed to Binge, I'm not going to rewatch it. And I watched that stuff as it aired, and it was great. That and Evil, fuck it. I'm going to add Evil to the list as well. Evil also needs a physical media release. Holy shit. That's a whole entire show that I now can't even really properly watch unless I'm either subscribed to Paramount Plus, which is a chore to be subscribed to, or something else, because I think it was initially airing on like Stan or something, but I'm pretty sure it's all on Paramount Plus now. But again, these streaming shows, it's mostly the streaming shows and movies that annoy me, but like stuff like Xanadu and Challengers are films that need better representation in a physical format. Stuff that really emphasize the production of the film, the color, the vibrancy, the life of these films. And I don't think that their current versions replicate that to a significant level. So yeah, those are just some films and TV shows that I've just had in mind that I've been wanting on a physical format. I always get asked, what films or shows do I think should go onto physical that, I've been waiting for, and I never really like to think about it, because most of the time it's like, you want it so bad it just never happens, and I'm like, I don't want to put myself in that mindset. But then thinking about it, I'm like, there is actually films and shows that I'd like to have on physical. There's a fuck ton more, because there's so many that were put on straight on the streaming and never got a physical release, or just got a cinematic release, went onto a streaming platform, and then never got physical. Once they're gone from the streaming platform, they're gone for good. So it's like, what the hell? So yeah, sure, I could bootleg a Blu-ray. I know, I'm aware. But I don't want to have to. If I can get a good quality one that involves, good special features, good picture, good audio, and whatnot. So, or I just got to have a hard drive filled with pirated movies or something. But that just seems a little depressing. It's a possibility. A bit more legwork on my part to get like a terabyte hard drive and whatever, and then download all these films. But yeah, so anyway, let me know down below what are some films or shows that you would love to see on physical media. Do you agree that Xanadu should be on 4K? I think it should be. Why not? It's a beautiful film. As long as they don't talk, maybe just cut out all the parts where they talk and like insert silent picture kind of things, or like those stupid video game sequences where you have like a cartoon cut out of the character and they start talking. It's just lines and there's no like audio. It's just music playing in the background. That'd be great. Just like rewrite the dialogue to make it sound a little bit better. I don't know. Anyway, bye.